Have you ever felt like you're putting in the most effort that you possibly can, and yet your career's still not moving? You're invisible, you're overwhelmed, and sometimes you even start to doubt your own talent. You obsess over second verses, you scroll trends on social media, try and craft a perfect brand identity for music that no one's heard yet. Let me save you some time. Because probably 99% of the things that you're worried about is just completely wasted effort. Because we've been sold the same tired lie. Work hard and you'll make it. But in music, that's not entirely how it works. There are just too many variables, too many distractions, too many ways to burn yourself out. So if you want to build a career, one that's actually aligned with your goals, you don't just need to work hard, you need to work hard on the right hard things. So today, here's what we're going to cover. What's actually the difference between hard work and hard things? Why working on hard things is the only thing that will actually move your career forwards? And how you can start doing that today, even if you feel stuck, invisible, or miles off track. Because if you don't, you'll keep putting energy into things that might look impressive, but leave you right where you are. But before we get into all that, let me tell you a story to demonstrate exactly what I mean. My mum was a maths teacher, and after school one day, when I was about 16, I was talking to one of her colleagues, and I said how much I really wanted to work with Rihanna one day. They just laughed at me. Fast forward 10 years, and I'm walking into a Rock Nation writing camp. I had made it, at least on paper. I spent years building my career as an engineer, and now I was working sessions with top-tier writers and producers who were making songs for Rihanna. And yet, something was off. I wasn't really fulfilled. I wasn't creatively satisfied. Because even though I'd reached the top of the mountain, when I got there, I realized it wasn't the mountain I truly wanted to climb. And that's not just disappointing, it's absolutely terrifying. Because what do you do when you realize you've been climbing the wrong mountain for the past 10 years? The thing was, I didn't want to support the artist from a technical standpoint. I wanted to support artists creatively. The one helping write the songs, shaping the records, building the sound and careers. That moment broke something open in me. And it's what started the journey I've been on for the past 6 years. Walking back down the wrong mountain, starting again, and slowly, sometimes painfully, becoming the creative writer, producer I'd always wanted to be. So what's the difference between working hard and working on hard things? Let's start here, because if you don't get the distinction, you'll keep being stuck in exactly the same spot you're in right now, and you'll confuse busyness for progress. And worse, you'll just burn yourself out chasing the wrong goals. So back to the story. After that camp, I realized I'd spent 10 years working hard, but not on the right thing. I'd gotten comfortable showing up, comfortable engineering, comfortable being useful. But comfort isn't the same as growth. Hard work is repetition, and hard things are transformation. Let me just repeat that again. Hard work is repetition, and hard things are transformations. And that's the shift that most artists never make. They confuse consistency with progress. When in reality, the progress only happens when you confront the uncomfortable. So why does working on hard things actually work? Why do hard things move you forward when efforts alone don't? Because real change doesn't come from doing, it comes from doing differently when things aren't working. If I think about my own life, especially when I was walking back down that mountain and trying to climb the next one, I realized I wasn't just wasting time, I was wasting myself. I tried all of the usual things, waking up at 5 a.m., reading self-help books, optimizing my morning routine, spending 5 days a week in writing sessions. None of it worked, because my problem wasn't about productivity. It was about identity. I'd been building this whole identity around being the guy who works in the music industry, someone who likes going out, someone who was always around, always plugged in, always chasing the next thing. But working in the music industry wasn't enough. I'd already proven that to myself. So over the last 6 years, I made some big decisions. I stopped engineering major label sessions. I moved out of central London, literally detaching myself from that version of me. And I haven't had a drink in over 3 years. I confronted and overcame the hardest things in my life. And that forced me to confront all the fears I was hiding behind. The fear of failure, sure, but also the fear of success. The fear of betting on myself. The fear of being myself. I had to kill that version of me that was always out, always drinking, always grinding in the music industry. Because that person wasn't who I wanted to become. Now, I know who I don't want to be, and that's what finally gave me the clarity and the confidence to start building who I do want to be. So how do you do the same? Like, actually how? Because if you don't start soon, 6 months from now, you'll be stuck in exactly the same spot you're in right now, wondering why nothing's moving. And I know that you don't want that. So here's the framework I wish I had earlier. Step 1, clarify your real dream. Not the version that sounded good when you were 16 like me, the one that feels true right now. Step 2, list every obstacle. Not just career stuff, everything. Your routines, your financial situation, your living environment, your personal life, plus all of the music related stuff. Step 3, pick the hardest one on that list. The one that scares you, makes your stomach turn inside out. Tackle that one first. Step 4, repeat. Let me tell you about an artist I recently spoke to. They're in their mid-20s and they live at home with their parents. They work a 9-to-5 job with an hour's travel each way. So after work and after dinner, when they finally had some time and inspiration, they'd sit down and start their music. The thing was, because they live with their parents, they couldn't freely be creative. They'd only really have about an hour of loud work before they'd had to be quiet because their parents would just complain as they were going to sleep. And the reality is, you're not going to grow a music career like that. Not because you're not talented, but because the logistics make it almost impossible. Same thing with money. If you literally can't afford to distribute your music, you've got 2 options. Use a free platform like SoundCloud or YouTube, which is going to be hard, or get a job that gives you the freedom to invest in yourself. Neither path is going to be comfortable, but both will move you closer to building a career that you actually want. Because if you're not actually solving these problems, these hard things, even the boring, unglamorous ones, you'll stay stuck. Inspired maybe, but still stuck. So maybe now you're getting it. You're not lazy, you're not untalented. You've just been taught to focus on the wrong problems. The problems that aren't really the important ones to solve first. But once you do start solving the right ones, you'll need a plan. Because clarity without direction is just more frustration. And that's exactly what this next video will give you. My artist development blueprint. It will walk you through every stage of your journey step by step, so you know what to work on and when to work on it.